The morning fog at Camp Valor was thick enough to swallow sound. Before the sun even thought about rising, recruits moved in the gray quiet, dressing for the day's ordeal. Mara Quinn, a woman whose quiet nature hid a fighter's spirit, reached under her bunk for her boots. Her fingers met empty air. They weren't just misplaced. They were gone. Stolen. Across the barracks, a trio of recruits, Corbin Halley, Jux Mercer, and Finroke exchanged tiny, triumphant smirks. They were the architects of this little problem. Their goal was simple. No boots, no march. The brutal 20th Formel forced march was the gatekeeper to the program. If Mara couldn't start, she was out. Her dream shattered. But Mara didn't panic. She didn't rage. She simply took a long, steadying breath. "You want me gone," she whispered to the empty space. Where her boots should have been, you should have tried harder. Then, she did. The unthinkable. She walked outside, her bare feet meeting the freezing, dew-soaked ground. The sharp bite of cold, the press of gravel against her soles, she absorbed it all without a single flinch. Staff Sergeant Voss, a man carved from granite and grit, spotted her immediately as she fell into formation. His voice cut through the pre-dawn chill. "Quinn, where the hell are your boots?" "Gone, Staff Sergeant." Voss's eyes narrowed. He offered her the out everyone expected her to take. "You can withdraw." "No, Staff Sergeant." A few recruits snickered. Most just stared in disbelief. Only one, a recruit named Aiden Ward, looked at her with genuine concern. He moved just close enough to murmur, "They're trying to force you out." Mara offered no reply. Her silence was louder than any words could be. Then the whistle shrieked, its echo bouncing off the sleeping mountains. The march began. The first mile was punishment. The second was pure agony. The gravel path wasn't a road. It was a bed of razors. Each step sliced into the soft soles of her feet, and soon, blood began to pool under her toes. It felt like walking on broken glass. The whispers started, trailing her like shadows. She can't keep that pace. She'll drop any second now. But the pain wasn't a weakness. It was a focus. With every agonizing step, she saw her brother, Leo. A Marine who had made the ultimate sacrifice, who never came home. His voice echoed in her memory, a constant refrain from her childhood. "Don't run from pain, little sis, run through it." And so, she ran. Through the pain. Through the doubt. Through their mockery. By mile 10, something shifted. Mara Quinn, barefoot and bleeding, was not only still in the race, she was moving up. Corbin Halley, the ringleader of the saboteurs who had been leading the pack, risked a glance over his shoulder. His arrogance evaporated into a cold knot of dread. Mara was gaining on him. "No way, ... How?" he stammered, a frantic edge to his voice. She passed him without a word, without a look. Intat singly. Silent moment, the power dynamic of the entire group inverted. The person they had tried to break was now breaking them. Even Staff Sergeant Voss, watching from his vehicle, started in open-mouthed disbelief as the barefoot recruit moved into the lead. Her legs trembled with exhaustion. Her feet were a symphony of fire and torment. But the concept of quitting simply didn't exist in her world. For a short stretch, Aiden Ward pulled up alongside her. "You don't have to prove anything to them," he panted, his face etched with worry and awe. "I'm not proving anything," she replied, her voice surprisingly calm. "I'm remembering someone." Aiden glanced down at the bloody footprint she left in her wake, and in that instant, I understood. This wasn't about winning a race or earning a rank. This was about honoring a legacy. The final hill loomed before them like a sheer wall, the last great test. Every other recruit, even the strongest, slowed to a crawl, but not Mara. She attacked the incline with the ferocity of a warrior possessed, digging deep into a reserve of will that seemed bottomless. As she crested the top, the sky ignited in shades of gold and orange. The wind whipped across the ridge, making the flag at the finish line snap and pop. And then, Mara Quinn, barefoot, battered but utterly unstoppable, crossed the line. First, A profound silence fell over the mountaintop, broken only by the wind and Mara's ragged breaths. Staff Sergeant Voss stepped forward, his voice thundering across the landscape with an emotion no one had ever heard from him before. "Recruit. Mara Quinn, you are a Marine." The recruits who had stolen her boots couldn't meet her eyes, their heads bowed in shame. Aidan Ward stood tall, a look of immense pride on his face. And Mara? She just stood there, staring out at the mountains she had just conquered, breathing hard but unbroken. They stole her boots. They tried to steal her dream. But what they never understood was that Mara Quinn didn't need boots. She needed a purpose. And with that, she was invincible.